Hello beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane and we're going to be looking at the new moon in Gemini. So, of course I have the Moonology diary diary for the year. So I like to peruse it and take a look at it. It's got some really fun things. Here it says that the new moon would be coming in London on the 18th of June at 5:37, Sydney on the 18th at 14:37, LA at 14:37, I think it's 2:37, and LA the 17th at 11:37 at night, and New York the 18th of June at 12:37. So that's the different time zones, just in case. It looks like for this moon, it's a great time to think about how you're thinking, and this comes in with Think It Through. Of course, it's a deck made by the same creator of this book. But they say, however, note that this new moon is clashing with the planet of confusion and deception, which is Neptune. Lucky us, right? But they say because of that, it goes void of course, meaning that it's transitioning from one zodiac sign to another. So they're suggesting that you wait 11 hours after the new moon if you're going to set any intention. So I'd say, hey, wait 24 hours, just be safe, right? I'd wait 24 hours. But they say that after you do that, though, it's going to be a great time, because we get one of the biggest and best astrological alignment of the year as Jupiter harmonizes with Saturn. All the more reason to leave your wishes 11 hours after the new moon to tap into this. So, right. So, if you're going to hit confusion and Gemini is asking you to think it through, it's also, from what I read as well, is it's time to think positive thoughts. Okay, so no just sitting around thinking about, how things are not working out or everything you've been through or how hard it's been. It's time to put positive intentions. So I would say for the time before you set the intention, I would take some real time to just get into your mind. You're going into Gemini after all. Gemini is all about the mind and the brain and the smarts. I would say think your way into positive things rather than negative things. Absolutely. Take the opportunity. And if you find your mind wandering into confusion and negative things, then, I don't know, give it a rest, as they said. Give it a rest and then come back to it. That's what I would say for the new moon, how you would use that energy, okay? Especially for you, Pisces. Okay. Let's grab another card from the Moonology deck and see what else it might have as what I call the secret message within the card. Okay? Oh, two came out. Speak your world into being and trust the universe. Oh, so you have Gemini and Aquarius, so two more air signs coming in here. Okay. Speak your world into being. I like that. So, speak of the things you want to happen in your life. That sounds good. That sounds good to me. Okay. Trust the universe is very much like the Fool card, and I get that sensation with this figure with their arms up going, I trust the universe to listen and bring me what I want. I like the fact that the moon is like, it's just reverse. You have one side that's darkened and the other that's light, but it's in a different way. It's almost like showing you a shift. If you look at the moons, it's almost like it's showing you a shift in the way you think, right? This is like the darkness is pointing a little more towards you. I know it's the moon cycles, but what they're showing me is like If you're in confusion in the dark, just wait for the shift so that the light is pointing down at you now. Okay, so nice. I like that. Very nice. Very, very nice, Pisces. Okay, so let's pick from some other cards. This is the Spellcasting Oracle cards. I like them. They're very colorful. I love the backs of these cards. They're so gorgeous. They're a little slippery though. Alright. So. Sorry. If you guys watched all of last week, you will see that, yeah, we were talking about that all week long. So funny. They're funny. They're funny. Okay, so I'm going to take it as you've come out of a spot of forgiveness, okay, Pisces? And if you haven't, maybe it's time to do it, okay? If you need help with that, all of last week's videos are there. If you didn't do it last week, but you feel the need, you can do it this week, you can all watch that. There's no, I mean, I know I do them weekly, but there's no set time for you to watch it. Whenever you're ready for it, then it's there for you, okay? Passion, closure. I'd already seen this card, and I thought, this card is going to show up for me. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, so I feel that this week, especially this week, maybe some in the next whatever, with this new moon, not this week, because we're doing this week in the next video. Okay, Jane, you know, gear up. Let's go. Engage. All right, so with this new moon in Gemini, you will be focusing on your passions, on things that need to be, you know, finished, closures. That's it. See, forgiveness is like an opening and walking into a closure as somebody coming out. You know, like, all right, that's it. And life purpose, okay? No little things, big things coming up. But I told you, this is a big year. It's a very big year. We're doing some absolutely wondrous, wonderful things. I like the fact that you have the moon here and you have like reflections of the moon here. We've been talking about reflections a lot. It's getting rid of those distortions that have been keeping you back. And this could be what you have been, the narrative that you've been telling yourself for the longest time, Pisces. It's finally going to take a, I don't know, take a walk? Yeah. Get out, take a walk, okay? Get out of my face, and yeah, I'm going to move forward and move in a different direction now. Absolutely. Let's take some, I didn't think I'd be taking this many of this deck, but okay. This is the Pure Magic deck. Let's take some cards from this deck, and then we're going to take some from a tarot deck. I feel like that Queen of Wands is showing up again for you here, Pisces. Following your passions, embracing forgiveness. Give yourself closure. And this could be like the people that you've either asked forgiveness or they're asking for forgiveness and you've said, I forgive you, or that person, you've been forgiven and you just close, you know, you close that chapter of your life. That's it. Because forgiveness doesn't always mean, like I said last week, it doesn't always mean that you embrace that person back into your life. It just means that you have released that negative energy you've been harboring for so long. Okay? I can't believe I'm going to have to put trigger warnings on this video too. Name all the things you love. Nice. Oh. How can it be more flexible right now? All right. I'm focused on what I'm losing or gaining. Am I focused on what I'm losing or gaining? And am I focused on what I want most? A lot of focus, flexibility, and things you love. So the focus should be on positive things. As they said with Gemini right now, it has to do with what you're focusing on, right? So name all the things you love. Are you one of them? I give myself all the love and attention I need. Self, right? Absolutely. This one is, how can I be more flexible right now? What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. Remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. Then do some yoga. I like that. To do some yoga. Flexibility, right? Am I focused on what I am losing? Oh, I have a mosquito who's trying to bite me. Am I focused on what I'm losing or gaining? If this mosquito gets me, obviously blood. Are you going through some change? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. Today, make a list of all the things you will gain from the change you're going through. Feel your heart, take a breath, and deepen into trust. Amazing things are coming. And I've been talking about that all week, last week, about that, okay? That for everything that you're going through right now, bigger things are coming for you. Am I focused on what I want most? One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular, and that's from Tony Robbins. What you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I need to make adjustments, prioritize? I do believe that Tony Robbins is a Pisces too, so there you go, right? There you go. So, Pisces. Focus came in twice, being flexible, and name all the things you love, you being one of those things. So absolutely look at all these things. Closure. These closures are gains, not losses. Focus on what I want most, a life purpose. How can you be flexible right now to make your passions happen, right? Name all the things that you love. Forgiving yourself or forgiving others. That is loving yourself, Pisces. Absolutely. Because you are loving yourself enough to know that you need an energy change. Let's see here. Let's pull some tarot. You see her, the Queen of Fire? That troublemaker that started it all? For last week, anyway. Look at that perspective coming in. The Hangman. Time to hang around. Get perspective. Remember, they're suggesting you should, just perspect for a while before you set your intentions. But once you take off with it, go ahead. So that should be 18th, 19th. I'd say by the 20th, which would be when? When's the 20th on the calendar here? Also, the new moon is today and tomorrow. So, by Tuesday, I would go for it. I'd start working on focusing on what I want. That means perspective. Do you think you're losing? Are you actually losing or are you gaining? Flexibility. Remember to love yourself. What do you want most? Look at the Hermit underneath that. Love it. Okay, so you have the Ten of Pentacles. It's in reverse, but it's not a bad thing. It's still not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that it's going away. It just means that it's not quite, like, all the way there yet. Let me see here. Ugh. All right. So yeah, this card is again telling me that you are in your bubble, okay? And I like that. I like that this wand is trying to break your bubble. And I always feel that that's that Neptune connection, you know, that one that's sending you confusion. I feel that it's important that you protect that this week, okay? I'm going to take this more as, because like I said, the 9s and the 10s, I always think the 9 is like a personal gain, and the 10 is about everybody else. It's about a gain for everybody, which we should always think of and put it into our bag of goodies that, you know, what helps us. It's bonus if it helps everybody else, right? Because we are all one and want to help each other, but maybe the focus right now is less on what others are doing and more on you, okay? So just last week, if you've done the work and you went out there and you were, you know, reaching out to people or situations or whatever, trying to make it right, this week is more focusing back on the you, or I should say not this week, but this new moon, on your personal goals now, right? What you want the most. That might include other people, but I feel that it's at the beginning stage. This is like ideas or goals, you know, like, yeah, hashtag my goals, you know. It's more of that than dealing with outside forces. I feel that now you're going back into the me, which is not selfish. It's just taking the time to figure out your needs. I always think that I always say to people, when you are working on yourself, you're not just taking care of yourself, you're actually making you a better human so that others can interact with, right? If you walk around with the weight of the world on your shoulders, and that's what you're spreading that's the type of energy you're spreading to everybody around you, that's the energy that you are leaving to other people. That's what's touching them. So the better you are with you, the better energy you're leaving around you when you do go out, when you do interact, when you are ready. Okay? So focus on the good. Focus on your abundance. Focus on what you want to be doing right now, Pisces. Okay? Like I said, it's not because you want to cut yourself off of anybody. That's not it. It's not a complete cutoff because, like I said, this is just, the energy is a little bit waning here, which means that you're not completely committed to just, you know, yours and everybody else's. It's let's say, if you were to put it on a scale, I'd say 60-40, right? 60 to you and 40 to everybody else, and that's quite okay. Or 70-30. But you're not cutting yourself off, you're just working on the self, and that's brilliant. It's good. Especially if there's confusion that's going to be happening a little bit with this Gemini moon. It's very important that you stay very focused on what you want and where you're going with it. So, this has been your Gemini reading, even though I have confused it with the weekly reading, but then again, it's probably because it's right here, it's right now, it's happening right now. Usually I read them and the moon comes in like the end of the week. It is today, so that's why. And yeah, so this energy is affecting you today and tomorrow. So, we're going to wait. So you're going to come back and watch the weekly reading, and then tomorrow you're going to start watching the reading, and then by Tuesday you can start putting in your intentions, okay? And then we'll be all good. We'll be all good wherever you are. You can start really thinking your focused, wonderful thoughts. Gemini is going to help you with the air energy, the mind, the sharp focus that you need to move forward. Thank you so much for being here, Pisces. I appreciate you so very much. I hope to see you later on for the weekly. Love, light, and blessings. Have a great rest of day. Bye for now.